Hello and welcome to the An Amazing Podcast. This is the Dark Knight Class D.
This is Modi.
Mage Modi. Okay, cool. I'm going to keep doing this until you guys get on with the program.
I always have something. I'm ordering from whatever the fantasy equivalent of Uber Eats is. Matt.
And we are talking about Delicious in Dungeon. Episodes X to Y. What did you guys think? How are you guys feeling?
Love it. I think it's my favorite anime that we've watched on this show. And
wow.
I think I can confidently say that. I really enjoy it. Especially as it like, oh my god, you get the episode where where they see Fallon, where they meet Fallon again. I was like, oh, okay, this is more than just like a cute food dungeon anime. Oh my god.
Don't you just love how like Fallon and Marcel are just such close friends?
Yeah.
How they're definitely cousins.
Great friends. They're great friends that bathe each other and sleep together. And
yep.
Wait, are these two characters from later on, or because
Marcel's the pointy-eared elf girl,
and Fallon's the sister they're trying to save.
Mm.
Oh yeah, Fallon. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. Question.
Okay, to be fair, I forget her name all the time.
Okay, let me just give the viewers context. I've only seen up through episode 5. D and Matt have seen everything.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking about everything, the entire season.
At least up to where what episode was the last one again? I
13.
Remember. 13. Up to 13.
Oh, it's not over?
No,
nope.
It's not over.
Oh, okay. All right. So,
24 episodes, baby.
Yeah, so we're talking through episode 13. And I forgot the reason I needed to set that context because I was going to say something, but I forgot what it was.
You haven't watched most of it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was going to ask you, I forgot. Never mind.
Yes.
It had something to do. I was going to ask you guys about something that may or may not happen later on. Oh, yeah. Wait. Where you guys are, please, for the love of God, please don't tell me they're still searching for this. They're still looking for the sister.
No, they found the sister, and the sister. I'm gonna spoil it for you. They find her like a bunch of fucking bones.
Wait, she died?
Yes.
Oh, of course. Oh, thank God! I'm so happy she died.
Okay. No. Here's why. This goes back to the point you made about like them not really being as worried. The revival system in this world is absolutely insane.
Yes.
Like, if you can die, like, you can get your limbs chopped off, you can get your fucking head, like, throughout all the episodes, people are like, oh yeah, my first death was when I got, like, my head decapitated or whatever. As long as your body is, like, mostly intact, they explain it because your soul is like there's magic in the dungeon to where your soul stays by your body, so like you're able to revive from shit that would normally kill you, which is why death isn't as much of a concern as it should be. But with Fallon, they took too long, and the dragon was more active than they thought it would be, so she was further on in the digestive process. So Marcel had to do some like dark magic shit that has big consequences to it in order to revive her.
Oh, thank God.
So essentially, if you get eaten by a dragon, digested, and your bones burned into fuel, you cannot get a standard resurrection.
Yeah. Marcel had to do some like crazy like revival shit. And it took, like, it consumed the entire, like, body of the dragon. And there's some, like, implied, like, oh, that's not fully Fallon. So...
Yeah. It's actually, again, the writing for this show is really great. Because the way they kill the dragon is they stab out one of its eyes and then slit its throat. And then when Fallon respawns, you see her holding her eye and grasping her throat.
Oh my god, I didn't recognize that. Oh my god, that's so smart. Oh.
So what does that imply?
it's implying that like there's something. It's not fully Fallon. There's some part of the dragon that's actually like
It's still
living
in
inside
her.
her.
Yeah.
And then she gets kidnapped.
It gets kidnapped again, yeah.
Wow. So she's just like, she has like the worst luck in the history of all anime.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like
And
there was
so how
consequences
did
to
she-
reviving her. Sorry, go on. My bad.
No, go ahead.
No, I like there was like actual. It's like I would normally be like, oh man, they revived her, right? Like I would like there, to be permanent stakes. But I do like how there was a lot to like sort of counteract that like narrative decision to where she's like not fully her, and it took some like really like taboo shit for them to get her back. And
so
also
pretty
there
much-
being consequences of them taking too fucking long to actually get to her.
So what
Yeah.
you're saying is they probably shouldn't have spent all that time in the living armored room.
No.
So
In the
pretty much
painting room. Sorry, go on.
the consequence is that she might be still part dragon.
Yes,
So-
or something worse.
Also,
something
something worse. Right now she's like kidnapped by the main big bad, and like is potentially like a puppet, like for them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, I see.
Also, I love how they introduced the big main bad as like when it was like, so there's this episode where they're going into like magic paintings looking for food. Again, one of the reasons why Fallon got ultra murdered, but you just see like in the background of all the paintings, you just see like this random elf person just like, wait, where did this fucking person come in? Wait, what? And then like every single time, so like every time like Laios would go into a painting, which is like taking place in an earlier part of the dungeon's history, he just goes in, screws stuff up, and then jumps back out. And there's an elf in there in each of those paintings who has a really long lifespan. So every time he jumps in, like Laios jumps into like one of these huge moments, he interrupts them or like hinders it, and you have the main villain just like, who the fuck are you? Why are you doing this?
Yeah, like actually remembers him, like,
Yeah.
and he was like freaked
Oh.
out, and that ends up being like the main like dark magician or whatever. It's really cool, like, because I didn't know that was the case. Like, ugh.
It's so good.
I have a question going back to the dragon thing. Just
Yeah.
one more thing.
No, that's fine.
So was there any reaction like by any of the party members or by Fallon when she was like revived? Was it there not like an awkward silence like, oh, yeah,
It's
sorry, we took 10 days or whatever, but at least we ate a lot of good meals on the way.
None. It's just like, yay, Fallon's back. Let's go cook some food.
I don't think that's fair because Laios feels really guilty about it.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
How guilty? Does he feel guilty enough to do seppuku? Because that's what he should do.
No, like they end up resolving it, so it's like okay, well, kind of resolving it, but then he feels bad again once like it turns out that it was also bad. Chilchuck and Senshi are also like kind of apprehensive about like Marcel using like dark magic to bring her back. So like I think the
Also-
characters have appropriate reactions, but
How does he show that he feels bad? Laios. Because I'm serious because like for me, like, okay, it's like saying, oh, I feel bad that we took so long. It's not good enough when the reason you took so long was to cook food. So
Okay.
like I feel like he has to actually do something to make up for it. Like, has he done as like like
Okay,
I
let
don't know.
me say this. He spends more time scolding Fallon for getting eaten than he ever dwells on them taking too long.
no, wait, no, that's not how that scene works, D.
okay, how does it go?
It's more. It's less scolding. We're so scolding Fallon for like, why did you sacrifice yourself to save us? Like it should have been me type of thing. Like I should have been the one that was eaten by the dragon.
Oh, and I just remember something that makes all of this even worse because wasn't the whole reason she had to sacrifice herself for him was because he got distracted to begin with because he was thinking about food?
No.
It was because he was
okay.
they were all starving. Also, another really, really good, freaking amazing piece of subtle writing. When they're just dissecting the dragon to try to find Fallon, they notice that the stomach's empty. which is really great because the dragon originally beat them because they were on an empty stomach, and then they beat the dragon when it was on an empty stomach. And I'm just like, holy shit.
Cool.
This is so
nice
good.
Parallels.
Also, I love the fact that there's even a moment where, like, Laios is just like, man, it's a good thing my sister got in, or we wouldn't be able to do all of this.
Oh, yeah. I was like, bro, it's straight to the gulag with you. Like, you're just a piece of shit. Like, absolutely 100%, bro. Like, seriously.
Well, the characters get pissed off at him. But also, like, okay, like, to go back to what you asked about, like, there's not really a point. Like, they get her bones, and they think if they can, like, get her, because they pick. There's a scene where they pick through all the bones to try to find her bones to, like, most correctly match her, like, body shape, because there's still, like, a chance that they could be, like, that she could be revived. But, like, they can't take her body up with her because, like, the further you like bring her away from, like, where she originally died, the harder it is to revive her. So, like, there's still, like, Laios still has hope that, like, he can actually revive his sister, and it's, like, not really till, like, Marcel, like, also provides it. So I don't think there's ever, like, a moment of Laios being like, oh shit, my sister's fully dead.
Does he at least break down into, like, convulsive tears, like,
he takes a moment. It takes a moment.
Yeah, okay.
You're not helping my case, dude.
Okay, so here's my thing, Matt. At first, I was happy to hear that they didn't just play it off as a joke, the fact that they arrived late and, like, there are actually consequences for it. But now I actually don't like it, and I would have preferred if they just kept it and, like, just played it off as a joke completely, because he didn't show enough remorse. Like, that's not a realistic reaction. I don't think that's a realistic reaction. If you're going to be realistic about it, that's not realistic enough. You have to show way more remorse for that.
I feel like a lot of it happened off screen too, because the moment where they find her skull is this really chilling, like, hard hitting moment. But the next episode, they go into full tilt and it's like, okay, we need to find the bones. We need to, like, they're still in, like, emergency mode. I don't think there's
because it's just like, yeah.
Like, there's never a moment where, like, they take them, like, as soon as they kill the dragon, there's never a moment where they just stop and breathe. It's always, like, until, like, Fallon gets, like, put back together. There's never a moment where, like, they have that quiet, remorseful moment. Also, I'm so mad. I really wish, while they were, like, trying to rebuild, like, Fallon and everything, I wish there were a couple of scenes where they do the whole ritual and it just fails because they had a few dog bones in there and they have to, like, re-kill her.
Yeah.
Alright, try this again.
It ate some wargs, so they had to sort through all the bones to make sure they found the right ones.
Yep, too much dragon.
Too much dragon.
Cook it again.
I will say, I think something I can praise the show for a lot of things, but one thing that's definitely cool is it's so creative with the monsters and, like, how they combine, like, classical monster concepts and they turn it into foods. Like the night
living armor
mollusks one, that one was very cool. The golem one too, that one was cool. Yeah, that's pretty.
These are the episodes you watched, right? With the golems and the
the knight, the golem, and then I also watched the one with the ghosts when they had to use the holy water.
Yeah.
All right, question for y'all, and this is probably for Matt. More for Matt. Mm-hmm. Would you eat the fish people?
I would not eat the fish people. I'm on Chilchuck's side here.
I would not eat the fish people either.
See, I would call you guys wimps, but the fact that they use tools kind of, like, submits me as a no. If they weren't smart enough to use...
Like, I wouldn't eat a monkey either, or, like, an ape, rather.
That's weak. What if it was, like, cooked really good? Like, what if that was some damn good fried monkey?
No, I'm not gonna do it.
I wouldn't eat anything in that dungeon. I would actually just starve. I would be okay with that.
You wouldn't eat the treasure bugs, though?
No, I would definitely not. Let me try to think about the thing I would be most likely to allow inside my body. Maybe it would be the Maybe it would be the golem vegetables.
Yeah.
And even that, I'm not sure. But yeah, no, I'm not eating any of that. Like, these people are insane.
Okay, this is gonna be
Even
really weird.
oh, sorry.
No, go for it. Go for it.
I was just gonna say, even I forgot her name. Is it Marcel?
Yeah.
Yes.
The girl, yeah, even her, who like she's fake. She pretends that she has a problem with the food, but she loves it deep down. Like she's like slobbering for every meal. Yeah, yeah. I would be real. I actually wouldn't eat it. Like, there's no way.
Okay, to be fair though, they cooked that dragon up damn good. Dragon pizza, dragon steak.
The dragon pizza.
Actually, you know what? They said the dragon was like really chewy, so I probably wouldn't eat the dragon. But the
Dragon pizza kind of sounds good,
yeah,
honestly.
the
You eat the bread. It's just bread.
yeah. I'm trying to think. I wouldn't eat the tendril, the tendril banana. Well, yeah, I would eat the tendril bananas.
It's like basically a plant, right?
Yeah. Would you eat the slime?
I would try it.
I would try slime noodles. I would deadass give that. I would try. And this is coming from a picky eater.
Wow.
I could see myself at least trying that stuff if I was hungry. I wouldn't starve to death in defiance.
Maybe that's like the hidden requirement to actually like this show. You have to actually like be interested in the foods they're offering, because this just sounds crazy to me.
What would you eat,
you guys?
Matt? Would you eat the water spirit?
Well, they just make it into like I would eat it. Yeah, it's just
eat
water.
The water spirit?
It's just water, and then make it into soup because you're just taking mana back.
It's a spirit.
Yeah, that's fine. Well, it's like dead, kind of.
Meat is a spirit.
Yeah. I like also like how they intertwine like the dungeon ecosystem with it, because it's like, rather than just thinking of the dungeon as like a level you have to get through, which is like how most fantasy does it, they actually like consider like what the animals here need to eat, what the animals like, how they interact with each other, how it lives here, why it lives here. Like, I like all that stuff incorporated into it.
I wish most isekais would give at least half as much thought as this show puts into its world building. Because this is, like you said, this is a lot of this stuff is like standard fantasy fare, but it's just executed so well and so smartly that it feels so fresh. It's delicious in this dungeon.
And also the characters are also... I love all the characters so much. Mm-hmm. And how they like play off each other. Like, Leos just being like an absolute freak. I love that about him. And like Chilchuck being divorced dad energy. Like,
I love
which he is, by the way. This might be like a semi-spoiler, but he's got like kids and a wife. Or ex-wife, rather.
Wait, is Chilchuck the dwarf?
Chilchuck is the halfling.
Little big-eared kid.
Yeah.
The what?
The big eared,
the lockpick, the short kid.
Yeah, like the
rogue. Oh, so he's not a kid?
No,
yeah, he's 30 years old.
Oh, damn.
Laios is the youngest member of the party.
That's hilarious.
Also, this is another subtle writing thing I like, where at the beginning of the series, it feels like the cast are all crazy people, but the fact that we've been on this journey with them of eating monsters and like dining in the dungeon, I like how we've sort of like Stockholm syndromed into their own like insanity, because like when you have like other characters come in and are like, it's almost like, what, they don't eat monsters in the dungeon? That's so inefficient. What the hell?
Also, really cool orc designs.
Yes, amazing orc designs. Honestly, I loved all of them. Like, I love the lead orc, and his sister's design is really nice.
Yeah. I like that scene with her and Chilchuck as he's going to leave, and they're like talking, like kind of like talks himself back into staying. Yeah.
Did you guys know there were multiple body types in anime? That not everyone is just like the same, like slender reverse triangle / lamppost with watermelons glued to them? It's
No.
fucking crazy.
I can't believe this author invented different body types.
Yeah.
Insane.
That's how like this show is so revolutionary. It redefined fantasy proportions. Okay, there are some people who are short and wide. Also, I love the like red haired was it a dwarf lady?
Yeah.
That was so nice. Again, that's the other thing I like. Like, the characters aren't like all the races. Isn't like you see the cultural similarities between all the races, but they at the exact same time they're their own unique characters. Like the orcs, when you interact with them, they're unique, but you always kind of have that same feeling of like shared culture between them. Same with like Senshi and the original like dwarf girl they had on their team. The fact that they're both like easily have that kind of like tanky kind of personality with like the whole like smart
perfectionist of their craft sort of thing.
It's so nice, and I love the what was it, the gnome guy too.
I love it. Okay, just to also tell Emoti how insane like reviving is in this world. There's a scene because like he's hired like one of their old party members who's like the dwarf lady from the first episode, and he just like they get shot by like a laser beam, and he just throws her. He throws her in front of him, and she gets fucking shot in the head. And it's like it's treated so casually. He just like revives her next. Like, oh, relax. You're fine. And it like goes straight through her head. Like,
okay, and you know what I just also realized, which I don't know why one of you guys didn't point this out to me, okay, or maybe you just assumed that I already had it in my mind, but I guess it's not as much of a problem, his reaction, when I think about the fact that in his mind, in this like dungeon world, dying itself is not a big deal. So like he probably didn't mind her dying. It's just that he probably feels bad that even after she died, he took too long. So like, I see it. Yeah,
it's treated as a problem that has a solution. It isn't treated as like a failure or anything. It's not like in Jujutsu Kaisen where like, I don't know, Nobara gets killed and it's like, oh man, she's gone forever. I failed. How could this have happened? This is like, okay, she's hurt, but if we do X, Y, Z, we can fix this.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Also, something to consider is like all they needed to do to get down. Like, I think it was understood that she was going to die by the time they get there. Like, I think they all understood that, but they just need to get her body.
Right.
So like, shoot, I was going to say something. Oh yeah, like another thing was the dragon was acting weirdly. Like that's a plot point because it was like way more active than it was supposed to be. By the time that they like get to it, which is also why all the orcs were like kind of driven out of the place, which meant that it digested quicker. So they also expected Fallon to be in a better state by the time they got to her, but the fact that it was so active meant that she was like more digested.
Yeah, so it was just
also,
miscalculations.
Yeah.
I'm curious to know how many times Fallon has died, because I feel like the amount of shit she would have went through at the end would have taken a lot more than a hot meal to get, like, adjusted to.
Yeah. They've all died multiple times. Like, there's that whole thing where Chuck talks about how much he hates mimics because he keeps dying to them. They have, like, they have a, what do you call it? Not like a slideshow, like a
montage.
A montage, thank you. A montage of just Chilchuck getting like eaten by mimics over the years.
That's so weird. That's like such a weird concept in this show. Like,
also
how dying is like not that.
Well, it's a thing exclusive to the dungeon. Like if you die above ground, you're like you're kind of fucked for the most part. But like in the dungeon, there's like a special magical property that makes it so that you're like. Soul stays attached to your body even after you die.
Also, can we also just take a moment to appreciate that there's not a single mention of RPG, gear, leveling. There's no magical UI to sort through stuff. Also, and this is me going back to the whatchamacallit, hold on, my brain. the how much thought went into like the anatomy and the world building. There was this really great scene where like they introduced the treasure bugs, and they established that like the treasure bugs feed on the mimics. So what happens is the treasure bugs go inside of the mimic's chest, eat it, and then that's why you find like a bunch of like cursed
And lay eggs too.
yeah, a bunch of cursed treasure chests that just fill with like treasure bugs. It's so nice.
Yeah, it's like each of the monsters kind of like goes like fits in an ecosystem. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. Anything else? Anything else? I'm trying to think. Also, I love how like the revival folks work too. How they just go for like they just whenever they find dead bodies, they collect a fee,
Yeah.
and they don't warn them of any like possible dangers because they know if they die again, they get another paycheck.
I also
I
love that party. It's funny because they keep on like showing up and dying. Like they'll like show up like, okay, let's do this adventure, and then in the next scene we see them, they're like dead, floating in the water or something.
I love how the monsters don't even eat them; they just leave them to drown.
Yeah. Was that Muddy?
Yeah, I just thought of a question. So in the episode that I most recently watched, episode 5, Casca showed up. So what's the deal with Casca? Like, are they? Is it a he?
It's a he.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so is he like gonna? Does he join their party? Because where I'm at, like he apparently it looks like he died, but I'm pretty sure he comes back because he's in the opening. So like, does he end up joining the party and stuff like that, or what
No,
happens with
he dies, comes back, and the next time we see him, he's dead again.
him? Okay, so is he like just a side character who has like his own crew and like they sometimes run into each other?
It's like almost like a running gag. I don't know how much they're gonna do it, or if they are actually gonna like join. If he is going to join the party, but so far it's been treated as like a gag. Like they'll start the episode where it's like, oh, okay, we gotta find these people who stole from us now, and then the next scene we see them and they're like floating dead in the water, and then like our main cast is like, oh, it's the same guys from before. That's funny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Also, kind of oh, sorry, my brain is buffering. Ignore me. Continue. Also, I was about to say, I feel really bad about myself because both the dark skinned characters in this I misgendered. Like I thought the little elf mage big bad was a girl so much.
What's the name? I wanna look the elf mage up. What's the name?
The Mad Mage, I guess is what they're called.
Mad Mage.
He's got a actual
Delicious.
name. I forget.
And wait, you're saying the Mad Mage is a woman?
It's
A
a
dude.
dude, but I swore to God I thought that was
Sissel?
the dark skinned person with the white hair.
Yeah, Sissel.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's
Oh,
such a
okay.
name. He does
I
not look like a
expected-
Cecil.
I expected a more intimidating character design. This looks pretty.
I
It's
don't
also it's
mind
kind
it.
of off-putting because like you expect like a robed villain who's like, whereas this person
That's
they're
exactly-
intimidating. Like when you do see them,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Yes.
it's just like the design
okay.
itself, I guess, isn't necessarily intimidating.
I like that. I like when
Yeah.
when you can achieve that effect even with a character design like that.
Plus, they don't set him up as pure chaotic evil in a sense. Like
Is he
There
lawful
is-
evil?
unknown. It's like there's something he's after, but he isn't like. They do the thing where like they have like the main villain. They give the main villain like, oh, he's not so bad moments.
Okay, so he's not like evil for the sake of it.
Yeah.
There's an
it's like-
implied reasoning for what he's doing. We don't know yet what it is yet, though.
Okay, I see.
Listen, Laios went into like the king, like he just randomly showed up on the most important day of his life, stole a bunch of food, left, didn't elaborate, and just ruined that entire party, okay? I swear to God, if they do, I really hope they like they do a callback to the whole fact that they can time travel, because that would be fun if they just go back in time and just like re-communicate with them.
Yeah, I kind of didn't understand I guess I just got the gist of what you're saying, but you were talking about time traveling with paintings. Like, do they hop into paintings and they take you back in time or something like that?
Yeah. So
Okay,
like
I see.
those like weird moments where like they're like living paintings or anything, or you have like paintings that like move or like
Like in
they
Harry
see.
Potter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah.
like that, but you can like jump into them and you can go back in time.
Mario 64 style.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see.
So you can
What's the
go
thing?
back
I
to
don't
like
know
the,
if that is the case. Like, we don't know for sure. Like, because like the way it's, I think at first they built it like, oh, it's its own like self-contained, yeah, like Harry Potter, like its own like little like universe in there. But like having it consistently go between it, I think is like the big shock of like, oh, there's an actual like someone who's noticing him this entire time. So I guess we don't fully know like the function of the like paintings, but like whenever Laos gets out of the painting, because the whole thing is like, oh, I want to eat the food in the painting, and as soon as they pull it out, all the food or even like the even like ones he's already eaten is like gone now, and he like no longer feels full. It's like nothing travels in between the paintings.
can you imagine just like walking around one day and a dude just like shows up to you and just like, hey, if you were to take over the world, how would you do it? Hypothetically speaking, in the future.
Okay. Anything else?
No, I think that's it.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. I'm going to keep watching it, and
Same.
I'll say this. On a case, like, I think there are some shows that do certain things better that we've watched than Delicious in Dungeon, but I think overall, on average, this is probably the best thing I think we've watched.
Wow. I mean, do you guys want to keep watching it?
I'm probably going to.
Well, regardless, I want to keep watching it, but we don't.
Yeah.
You don't
Okay.
If you want to review something else, that's fine.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause
I mean,
I don't want to
so-
like force you to watch it if you don't enjoy it.
Listen,
You know.
I don't think I can catch up, but maybe I can like just skip and just
Begin the
watch.
discussions. Oh, okay.
Yeah, or I don't know, maybe. But I mean, so we also have what's it called?
Ninja Kamui.
Ninja Kamui, and then we have Kaiju number 8 coming up, right?
Yeah.
In a couple of weeks. So maybe we should just stick with those two.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm saying that, but that's just because I'm biased. If you guys want to review this, I'm okay with it because I'm just not able to catch up because I'm so far behind and I can't watch that many episodes in a row.
Oh, no, you're
But
good.
I might just be able to just like watch the most recent ones if we review it. So if you guys want to review it though, I'm cool with it.
I'm good for like keeping things moving. So if we want to do like Ninja Kamui next, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if we're out of stuff, then maybe we do like a post series like discussion about it. But like other than that, like there's other shows we can watch for now that like, that like all of us could be on like a similar page on.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's do
The ratings, yeah.
ratings. You guys.
Yep.
I guess I can go first.
Yep.
I would give the episodes I watched 4.5 out of 10.
Woo!
Damn.
Okay, is that unfair?
Okay,
Because I feel like
when
that's
hear
kind
your
of unfair. I don't know.
When I hear your critiques, I can say 5 out. I can understand 5 out of 10 because there's a lot of things that are just like built into the series that if you're not jiving with, you're probably not going to jive with a lot of the show. So I can see that.
I'll
But
give it a
for
5.
me- yeah.
I'll give it a 5. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't
For
tell you what to
me-
like. Like if someone doesn't like something, they just don't like something.
Yeah, no, but I'm just thinking like the only reason I don't have a problem giving it a 5. What I'm weighing is like the stuff that we could, say quote unquote is like the objective quality stuff about it. And I think like quote unquote objectively, it's very good. So I don't want to give it too low of a score. I feel like it deserves at least an average, but for me personally, it just doesn't hit. So maybe I'll just leave it at 5 out of 10.
Fair.
Yeah. I mean, that's the hard thing about rating, because it's weird to, like, that's the weird thing about ratings. I'm about to get a little meta right now, but to say something's 10 out of 10 implies that it's absolute perfection, which is completely impossible. Whereas saying something's like 1 out of 10 is like absolute trash, which I can believe. For this, I'll say, like, for this thing with Delicious in Dungeon, I have no problems with it. I like the show immensely, and it's literally one of the few shows that does absolutely nothing to piss me off, and I think it has some pretty good animation scenes in it too. But for me, if I was to call it a 10 out of 10, that implies that this is just peak fiction, and there's nowhere to go but down from here, which I can't really agree with. If I had to give it like my thoughts, I would say this is a really fun, very smart, enjoyable series with great world building, great characters, and solid action scenes, even though this isn't really an action show, which may be why I'm not like totally in love with it. Like, if this had like Shibuya arc level fight scenes, then maybe my tone
for Delicious in Dungeon.
Yes. I mean, there's a lot of monster fighting, so they could pull it off. Like, when they're fighting the armor, like, we could have like an entire episode dedicated to just Laios getting his sword back.
Imagine this. Imagine how cracked this show would be if it had Shibuya level animation for the fights and like Ghibli level animation for the cooking. Oh my god, it's over.
Dang. Okay, it would be 10 out of 10. It would be 10 out of 10 easily.
Yeah,
but I would say, regardless of overall ratings, I think this is probably my favorite of the stuff we've watched, and I will give it my knee-jerk is a 9 out of 10, but I think if I'm being super objective, I'll give it an 8.5.
Okay.
All right, the big one. Matt, what's your rating? Come on.
I mean, it's obvious I love this show. I just love all the characters. I love what they do with, like, traditional fantasy tropes. Like, they're able to take it, instead of just, like, directly making fun of it, like, able to expand it into something more meaningful. Mm-hmm. And just, like, overall, just really fun to watch, really engaging characters. I'm going to have to give it, like, a 9 out of 10.
Dang!
Wow, that makes me so
it's a 10 out of 10 now.
It makes me so happy that Matt has the highest score. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Times are changing.
Do you understand what this is, Modi?
The world is healing? Is that
what
this is?
Delicious in Dungeon is 9 mashals out of 10.
No, this isn't my highest score, though. I gave Bleach...
Bleach Billions.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I mean, well, that's a given. So I don't need to.
That's an objective truth.
Yeah.
Fact of the universe type of thing.
That's why we haven't like reviewed the other 2 like parts of the final season yet.
They're just so good that
really excited to see more of this, though. I'm looking forward to it.
Fun fact, Matt, it gets even dumber from where you left off.
Oh, for Bleach?
Yes.
Awesome. I wouldn't want anything more.
All right, well, that's been our review of Delicious in Dungeon. Tune in next time when we review an anime that was made in Japan.
Wow.
Probably Ninja Kamui, which ironically was not made in Japan.
It was made in Japan.
Oh, actually, it was. To some degree, it was. Yeah.
It was a joint production, which is the best kind.
All right. Bye.
Bye.